All right, so today we're going deep on hypno-channeling, and we've got a really wild case to unpack from the Hypnovibes YouTube channel. Have you seen this one?
Oh, yeah, this is the one with Naomi and Jessica, right?
That's the one. Naomi's the hypnotist, and Jessica's the participant, and she ends up channeling some pretty interesting information.
I'm intrigued. Hypno-channeling in itself is fascinating. This idea of tapping into higher consciousness to channel information, maybe from entities or spirit guides, it just opens up so many possibilities, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and in this case, it leads to a story that'll really make you think. See, it all starts with this spirit guide who claims to be connected to the Phillips family.
Wait, the Phillips family who disappeared a few years back?
The very same. A mother and her 2 kids just vanished in 2020. No trace.
And now the spirit guide's claiming to know what happened. Okay, I'm hooked. What'd they say?
Well, strap yourself in, because according to the spirit guide, the family didn't just disappear, they went back home.
Back home, you mean like back to their house? I'm confused.
Not to their house, to their home planet, Venus.
Well, hold on. They went to Venus. Like the planet Venus.
That's what the spirit guide says. Through Jessica, of course. Claims the family were originally from Venus and they just used some super advanced tech to get back.
Okay, now that is wild. I mean, it taps into that whole fascination we have with extraterrestrial life, the idea that we might not be alone in the universe. And the fact that this story comes through hypno-channeling, well, it just adds another layer of intrigue, doesn't it?
It definitely does. And, it kind of makes you think about all those stories about starseeds. Those people who believe they were born on Earth, but their souls are from other planets.
Right, like maybe we're not as alone as we think right here on Earth. Maybe some of our neighbors are actually from, well, other neighborhoods entirely, galaxies away.
Exactly. But is there actually any evidence to back up this idea of starseeds? Or is it more of a belief system, a way of explaining why some people feel like they don't quite belong here?
That's a really good question. And to be honest, it's a tough one to answer. There's not a lot of hard scientific evidence to support the starseed theory, but at the same time, there are people who feel this deep connection to the cosmos, who feel like they have a different perspective on life.
I can see that. And it makes you wonder if there's something more to it, something we just don't fully understand yet.
Absolutely. It challenges us to keep an open mind about the nature of reality and the possibilities that might exist beyond our current understanding.
Okay, well, speaking of things we might not understand, this case takes another interesting turn. The spirit guide implies that the Phillips family aren't the only ones. There might be others like them living among us right now, disguised as humans.
Well, wait, really? So you're telling me there could be Venusians walking around Earth blending in like they belong here?
That's what the spirit guide suggests. And get this, they even talk about videos showing these seemingly random people in places they shouldn't be. But here's the catch. You can only see them through the camera.
Hold up, are you serious? So they're like invisible to the naked eye, but the camera picks them up. What is that all about?
It's almost like they can manipulate our perception, make themselves invisible to most humans. Or maybe they're just better at blending in than we realize.
That's mind-blowing. The idea that there might be beings out there with that kind of power is both fascinating and a little bit unsettling. Like, what else might we be missing? What other aspects of our reality could be influenced by things we're just not aware of?
It really makes you question everything, doesn't it? And it makes you think about the Phillips family. The guide claims they weren't consciously aware of their Venusian origins until they left. Imagine living your whole life thinking you're human, only to discover you're something else entirely. What would that do to your sense of self?
That's a profound question. It would completely shatter your understanding of who you are and where you belong. It makes you wonder what other hidden truths might be lurking beneath the surface of our everyday lives.
Right. Like, how would we even know? If some people are unknowingly from other planets, are there any signs we could look for? Or are they so good at blending in that we'd never suspect a thing?
That's the ultimate mystery, isn't it? It makes you question everything you thought you knew about the world and the people in it. It's like suddenly realizing that the book you thought you were reading was actually just the first chapter of a much larger story.
It definitely opens up a whole new world of possibilities. And for anyone who wants to explore these ideas further, I highly recommend checking out Naomi Shu's book, The Next Level You. It delves into the world of hypno-channeling and the potential of the human mind to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely. It's a thought-provoking read that might just change your perspective on the universe and your place within it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but trust me, there's so much more to explore. Be sure to check out the full Hypnovibes session and let us know what you think. Are we alone in the universe? Are there starseeds walking among us? Or is it all just a fascinating flight of fancy? We'll leave that for you to decide.
Until next time, keep those minds open and keep questioning everything. You never know what mysteries you might uncover.
I like to invite whatever the energy is for this family, Phillips family, in 2020. This family of three, including a 36-year-old woman and her two children, disappeared just under very mysterious circumstances. So whoever is responsible for this energy for the three, the Phillips family can come through when I count to three. 1, you are coming through this body. 2, almost here, and 3.
This is their spirit guide.
Ah, okay, very good. So if you can let us know what really happened with this family.
They're not from Earth, so they had to go back.
Oh, they're from where?
Venus.
Venus. So this is the plan.
Yes.
3 people, the mother and 2 children?
Yes.
Okay. So how they disappeared is not important?
It doesn't make sense to human beings. It makes sense to us.
So let's say if someone is from a different planet or...
Well, yes, they use their own technology to help them go back.
I see. I heard something like this before with another person. It's a little bit different. I see.
Most likely the same concept, just expressed differently.
Right, right.
Because it filters through this vehicle's understanding of concepts.
So let's say the woman and the 2 children, of course they were not aware before this happened.
On a soul level, they're aware.
Right. Sometimes we see people, let's say there's some videos showing that someone was, let's say there's only cars on the highway and all of a sudden there's a person walking by. That can be
Those are usually non-human entities.
Oh, but they show, how to say, showed up in a human form.
Well, they have to if they want to walk on Earth.
Oh, so maybe they just came here to do some research, or?
Many different reasons. No example of one.
Oh, okay. But for some reason, sometimes they showed up in a park, but besides the person who took the video, like the people like us are watching the video, we feel like, wow, what's going on? But I never saw like the people in the park, they realize that.
They're not supposed to realize that. They can manipulate them not to realize that.
Oh, I see. So, I see. I understand now. Yeah, I always wonder why nobody look at this person. And sometimes they are on the bicycle or, right, I saw that too. Very good, and thank you very much for letting us know. And goodbye.